Hi guys, I'm Kunal Chaudhary and welcome to Delhi School of Internet Marketing in this webinar of Mangalwar Masterclass. Before we start, just let me tell you that if in case we want to make it more engaging and you want to ask any questions, then what you have to do is you need to go to the control panel, which is on the right hand side of your screen. So the control panel, you can see there would be an option of questions. So all you have to do is just type in your query and I will be answering your questions. So what we'll do is I'll complete this session and after that, roughly about 30-40 minutes, I will be taking all your queries. So just to confirm that all of you are aware how to ask queries, can you please type in hi in the questions in the control panel? All right, perfect. All right, so people who have joined us now, guys, once again, welcome to Mangalwar Masterclass, which is brought to you by Delhi School of Internet Marketing. And today's topic of the masterclass is how many backlinks are required to top Google rankings. Now, being a digital marketer, being into digital marketing from last more than 8 years now, if I talk about search engine optimization, then guys, this is probably the most common asked question in search engine optimization. And this is the reason why I decided to pick this topic for today's masterclass. How many backlinks are required? People ask me that, Kunal, if I have a website, if I start doing SEO today, how much time will it take? Or how many backlinks do we eventually need to build so that our website, our web page can rank on top? So guys, there you go. How many backlinks are required to top Google ranking? But before we talk about how many backlinks, we need to understand why backlinks are an important parameter in Google ranking factor. Now, we know that there are over 200 Google ranking parameters. Some of them are very important, some of them are not so important. The weightage differs. But when you talk about backlink or number of backlinks and quality of backlinks is the probably the most important parameter, most important aspect that Google considers when it decides the rank of any web page. So let's understand why it is so important, such an important parameter. So guys, it says Google ranking algorithm takes backlinks as reference. Backlinks act as suggestion or feedback. Now, let's look at this image. Now, this is my website, or this is your website, httpxyz.com, and there are, as per this image, there are 8 backlinks to it. So what it means is that there are 8 different web pages which are referring to your website. Now, what it means is that there are 8 different web pages that are trusting your content, they're trusting your web page, and as a result of that, they are referring your web page to their visitors. Let me explain this with an example. Let's say that I have a travel blog and I have written a post from uh, cities near Mumbai or cities in Maharashtra, and I'm talking about Mumbai, I'm talking about Pune, I'm talking about Nasik. So when I'm talking about Pune or I'm talking about Nasik and Mumbai, if I'm talking about how you can travel from Mumbai to Nasik, I'm using an example of redbus.in. So what I'm doing is I'm telling my visitors, I'm telling my readers in the content that you can take a bus from Mumbai to Nasik. It takes approximately 3 hours. And in order to book a coach for yourself, then click here or visit redbus.in. So what I'm doing is, since I trust that website, I trust Redbus, I am referring on my travel blog, I am referring Redbus to my visitors. So backlinks acts as a reference. So that's why Google takes backlinks it rates backlinks so important, so highly, because the more references you have, the more and more websites are showing faith and trust in your content. It means that that content is good. Let's understand this with one more example. Let's assume that you want to buy a car, but you're confused which car you want to buy. Let's say you have a budget of rupees up to 10 lakh, and you want to buy a car, and you're confused between two cars. You want to go for Honda City as well as Hyundai Verna. You like both the cars. You have taken a test drive. Now you're not able to make up your mind what you need to do. So guys, most of us, what we will do is we'll take suggestions, right? We'll probably consult our friends, family, colleagues at which car we want to buy, right? This is exactly what Google does. When Google's come across two different web pages, web page A and web page B, and it is not able to decide which web page content is better, or let's say both the web pages content, both the web pages, they weight equally on different parameters, what Google is going to do is Google is going to evaluate and figure out how many backlinks the web pages are having, because the more backlink means that more websites have trust in a particular web page, the more websites are referring a particular web page to their visitors. So Google takes this into consideration, right? So it says Google takes suggestions, right? Suggestions, and in Google's case, suggestions are backlinks. So what it means is if there are two web pages A and web pages B, web page A has more backlinks than web page B, then web page A is going to rank on top of web page B. Because the more popular you are, the more people trust you, the more websites are referring your web page to their visitors via a backlink. So Google takes that as a healthy sign. Now, let's go. Let's come back to the real topic, which is how many backlinks are enough. So now, once we have understood that why backlinks are so important, let's understand how many backlinks do we exactly need to build. Whether 500 backlinks would be enough, or 100 would be enough, or 1,000 or more than 1,000. How many backlinks exactly we need to make sure that our website ranks on top, or it's holding a good rank in Google search engine result page. So to explain this, guys, I'll continue with the same example. Okay. Now let's assume that you have taken a feedback, you have taken a suggestion from 50 people, whether you should go for a Honda City, you want to go for a Hyundai Verna, and 35 people have suggested Hyundai Verna, and just 15 people suggested Honda City. So what are you going to do, guys? Obviously, right? Since let's say I like both the cars, I like both the cars equally, but when I take suggestions, when I take feedback from 50 odd people, if 35 people have suggested me to go for Hyundai Verna, and I like both the cars equally, so what I'm going to do is, it's very natural, I'm going to go for Hyundai Verna, right? So this is what Google also do. So Google ranks the web page having more backlinks. So if web page A has 500 backlinks, it is being linked on 5 different web pages, 5 different websites, whereas the web page B had just 50 backlinks. Then the web page A is a clear winner out here. However, let's take a look at the example once again. Let's assume that out of the 50 or out of the 35 people who voted for Verna, okay, I'm going to repeat it. Out of the 35 people who voted for Hyundai Verna, 15 does not have a driving license, 12 does not have a car, and remaining 8, they have a car, but neither of these two cars which you are considering to buy. So guys, just to summarize it, when 35 people opted or suggested us to go for Hyundai Verna, out of 35 people, if I check out of 35 people, 15 of them, they do not hold any valid driving license. 12, they have a driving license, but they do not have a car. And remaining 8, they have a driving license, they have a car, but they do not drive either of the two cars, neither Honda City and neither they drive Hyundai Verna. On the other hand, the 15 people who voted or suggested for a Honda City, 5 people, they drive Honda City, 5 of them drives Verna, and the remaining 5, they own both the cars. So they're kind of rich. So what are you going to do in this case, guys? Though the number of votes for Honda City is less, it is just 15 in comparison to the number of votes that we have received for Hyundai Verna, which is 35. But what are we going to do in this case? Guys, please reply. Take questions, tab to reply. Which car are you going to go in this scenario? Are you going to go for Hyundai Verna or are you going to go for Honda City? So out of the 15 people who have suggested Honda City, 5 people, they own a Honda City, 5 drives a Verna, and 5, remaining 5 out of 15, they own both the cars. So what are you going to do, guys? Govind says Honda, Shikha says Honda City, Kameshwari says Honda City. Everyone has said Honda City. I have received over 20-25 replies. Each and every one of you have suggested Honda City, and that's what we will be doing, because the reviews, the suggestion which is coming from these 15 people, it might be less in numbers, but these are expert opinion, right? The reviews, the suggestion, they are coming on some experience. Similarly, guys, what we are going to do is, or what Google do is, when it comes across two different web pages, okay, I repeat, similarly, when Google comes across two different web pages, it not only considers how many how many backlinks does a web page has, but it also looks into is what is the quality of the websites that have given you a backlink. So what I'm trying to explain out here is, guys, it is not only and only about the number of backlinks that your website has. It is also about the quality of backlinks, so the kind of websites which are giving you a link. So let's take the example out here. So the web page A, which was having 500 backlinks, let's say out of 500 backlinks, 300 comes from websites that are new. So the domain is not over 6 months old. Okay, so the domain is less than 6 months old. Out of 500, 300. So it's a big symbol, right? Out of 500, 300 links are coming from those domains which are newly booked. These are very fresh websites. These are new websites. 300. The domains have been booked in less than 6 months. 100 backlinks comes from websites that have 0 backlinks of their own. Now, guys, this is very, very important. When Google is going to figure out that, okay, there's an XYZ website which is linking to your domain, it is fine. You know, it's a healthy sign that some XYZ website is linking to your web page. But what Google is also going to consider is that how many backlinks does that particular XYZ website has. Okay, so if, let me put it in this way, if you guys don't trust me, okay, then you are not going to trust my suggestion, right? So in the cars example that we took, those 35 people out of 50, they suggested us to go for a Hyundai Verna, but they were not having expertise. Their suggestion was not based on relevancy or experience. Similarly, guys, what Google will do is, Google is going to figure out that if you are getting 500 backlinks, that's fine. But what are the websites that are giving you a backlink? Out of 500 backlinks, how many backlinks are coming from domains or websites which are quite popular, which are having a lot of backlinks and which Google trusts? So if Google does not trust, I repeat, if Google does not trust the website which is linking to your website, then Google is not going to trust your website, right? It's a simple formula, guys. If A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is also is equal to C, right? So if Google can't trust the website that links your website, then Google is not going to trust the backlink, and Google is not going to trust your website. I mean, it is how, you know, our friendship works. So if there are two friends of ours, one is a childhood friend and second is a new friend which you know, a new friendship, then which friend are you going to trust more, your childhood friend or a new friend who is just 2 months old? Obviously, you're going to trust your childhood friend more, right? You have more faith and more confidence in his abilities and his suggestions. And him as a person, as a friend. Similarly, guys, what Google figures out is not just the number of backlinks, but what kind of websites are giving you those links. So I'll once again to talk about the page A example out here. So out of 500 backlinks, 300 comes from the websites that are new websites. The domain has been recently booked. The domains are less than 6 months old. The age of the domain is not very old. The 100 backlinks comes from websites that have zero backlinks of their own. So what it means is they do not have any trust. They do not have any authority of their own. Then how can Google trust their backlink, which is referring to your domain? Last is 100 backlinks comes from web pages that are nowhere related to our website. Now, relevancy is very, very important out here, guys. It never used to be a criteria till 5 years back, but it's very important. Now, the example which I took in the beginning of this session was if I have a travel blog and I'm talking about how you can travel from Mumbai to Nasik and I give a link to redbus.in, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But if I'm talking about if I'm having a travel blog, but what I'm doing is I'm talking about some e-commerce website selling XYZ product. What I'm doing is I'm trying to sell some product. It doesn't make any sense. Travel and e-commerce, doesn't mix very well. So relevancy, what is the content of the website that is giving you a backlink? Is it a natural backlink or it has just been forced into the content just to build some backlink? This is very, very important, guys. So the page B, though it is having just 50 backlinks, out of the 50 backlinks, 20 comes from websites that are over 5 years old. Now, we are talking about some trust, we are talking about some experience out here. The page B is having just 50 backlinks, but out of the 50 backlinks, guys, 20 backlinks comes from the websites that are 5 years old. Now, Google will be having some trust because these websites, they are live from the last 5 years. Second, 15 out of the 50 backlinks, 15 comes from websites that are trusted by Google and have a lot of quality backlinks for themselves. Now, xyz.com gives me a link. Now, how many backlinks does xyz.com has? If xyz.com is trusted by Google, if xyz.com is having a lot of backlinks, a lot of high quality backlinks, a lot of high authority domains, a lot of popular websites like Yahoo, Mashable, India Times, they link to xyz.com and xyz.com is linking to me, then there is some flow of trust, right? What I said, A is equal to B, B is equal to C, then A will be equal to C, right? So if a lot of popular websites that are trusted by Google, they give a link to xyz.com. What it means is that xyz.com is trusted by a lot of popular websites which are trusted by Google. So automatically Google is going to trust xyz.com. And if xyz.com gives a backlink to my website, then the trust will flow, the trust will pass on, and Google is going to trust my website, and that link would be of supreme quality, guys. So it's always good, it's always advisable to build high quality backlinks. In fact, I always say that one high quality backlink is better than 1,000 low quality backlinks. So the last point out here is that the remaining, just follow my cursor please, the remaining 15 backlinks are from web pages that are highly related to your website content. So the relevancy is also, as I mentioned, relevancy is very, very important, right? So most of the backlinks which are coming to my particular web page or my website are coming from relevant web pages. So in this case, guys, page B, though it is having just 50 backlinks, but it is going to be a clear winner. Why? Because these backlinks, they're coming from high quality websites. Google can trust those websites, and similarly, Google is going to trust your website. So it is not about how many backlinks we have, but it is about how many high quality backlinks we have. I can easily build thousands of backlinks overnight in just 24 hours from websites which are new, from low quality websites, but that is not going to be effective. That is not going to improve the ranking of my particular web page. What people do is they build a lot of low quality backlinks from directory submissions, from article submission, article marketing. They book a new domain from Web 2.0 properties. They just write some content and give a backlink to them. So it does not work. All these backlinks are low quality backlinks. Instead of that, what I will advise you is if you can get one single backlink from a website that let's say which is having thousands of high quality backlinks, which is having high domain authority, which ranks really well, on Google search engine page and is having a lot of traffic. If you can get one backlink from such a website, that is going to be more effective. And the more backlinks you build, more such backlinks, more high quality backlinks you build, is eventually be going to be more fruitful. So it is, as I said, it is not about how many backlinks, but quality of backlinks is equally important, probably more. So how many backlinks do we eventually need to top Google rankings? Well, depends on the quality and quantity of the backlinks, right? Depends on the competition. Now, competition is very important. For example, iPhone 7. Now, let's say there's a keyword which is buy iPhone 7. So when you go to Google and search for buy iPhone 7, the kind of websites which would be ranking there, the Snapdeals, Amazons, and Apple itself would be ranking apple.com/in. So the quality of the websites that would be ranking on top on the first page of Google is supreme. So what matters out here is not just that how many quality backlinks you have, but also whom you are competing against. Okay, if you are having a boxing match and you are competing against Mike Tyson, then guys, I really can't tell you that how many hours you need to practice to beat Mike Tyson, right? So it also depends on whom your opposition is. So if your competition, if the websites which are ranking on first page of Google, they are not not of very supreme quality, then it would be comparatively easy for you to beat those websites. So one thing that matters is in competition, what you do is how do you figure out which website is high quality and which is not. So what you do is you do some competitors analysis. You use some tools like rankwatch.com. So guys, here's a tool, rankwatch.com. It's one of the best search engine optimization software SEO tools out there. And what you can do is not only this website tell you the rank, as the name suggests, not only you can track the rank and the progress of your search engine optimization strategy, but also it lets you do is competitors analysis. It also tells you how many backlinks an XYZ website has and how many backlinks you are building. Good thing about this tool is that Daily School of Internet Marketing, they have a tie-up with RankWatch, and we provide 6 months free subscription of this tool. It says start my free trial, so you can avail a 14 days free trial, but I'm not talking about the features that are available under the 14-day free trial. What I'm talking about is the software that comes fully loaded, which comes with A to Z of the features. Each and every trainee of Delhi School of Internet Marketing, they get this software free for 6 months. Now that is something, right? So you can use these tools like RankWatch to do some competitors analysis, and on the basis of that, figure out you can figure out how many backlinks your competitor is having and how many backlinks you need to build. So this is the plan that we provide for free, the 1500 keywords one. So each and every trainee of DSIM, they will get this $99 plan free for 6 months. So Going back to the PPT. So guys, coming back to how many backlinks do we need? So first is quality and quantity of the backlinks, and then the competition, whom you're competing against. So what you do is you do some competitors analysis using the tools which I just mentioned, tools like RankWatch, which you will be getting free, a DSIM, and what you do is you figure out how many backlinks your competition is having, and accordingly you better that. Okay, accordingly you better that, you improve it on your website. And the last is how many backlinks you need would depend on other search engine ranking factors, since I told you earlier that backlinks is not it is not the only parameter, not the only criteria that will help you to grab a good ranking in search and result page. There are other parameters as well. For example, on-page SEO, social media. But if people are talking about your domain, your website and social media, that is very, very important these days. What is your domain authority? How old your domain is? So how many backlinks you need would also depend on your other parameters like on-page SEO and your content quality, etc. So to tell you how you can improve your search engine optimization strategy, guys, I am going to share two other pieces of content. First is top 5 keywords search tool. So it's a video which I recorded last week, where I have revealed the top 5 keywords research tools which are my favorite, which I have worked upon. I've worked on more than 5, obviously. The 5 tools which I'm going to talk about are the one that has worked very well for me. And since we are talking about search engine optimization, so I thought it would be adequate if I can share one of the previous master classes that I took on search engine optimization, where the topic was what has changed in the last 5 years in search engine optimization. If you are doing search engine optimization, if you want to do, or if your business revolves around it, which every business does if you have a website, then you need to understand what has changed in search engine optimization in the last 5 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share the links with you out here. So there you go. This is the URL, guys. I'll just share it with you. I'm not able to do it via my keyboard. So please check your questions section under the control panel, and I've shared the link with you. And what else, guys? I'm going to share the link of the masterclass that I conducted earlier. So all you have to do is just go to dsm.in/blog/mangalwar, and you will be able to access all the previous masterclasses that we have conducted. And there you go. So search engine optimization, then and now, what has changed in the past 5 years. So guys, I've shared both the links with you. So I would highly recommend you watching these 2 videos. It will help you to improve the understanding of search engine optimization and how you need to plan the strategy. And Those of you who would like to become a master in digital marketing and want to improve your skills, then DSIM would be starting the batches for the most advanced digital marketing course. And if in case you want to know more, you can visit dsm.in, or you can download the curriculum, the what you will be learning in the course at dsm.in/curriculum. So we would be starting batches in 2 days, 2 days and onwards. We'll be starting batches online as well as in all the training centers, 11 training centers that we have across India. And finally, guys, I firmly believe in what is written out here. Learning new and valuable skills is the only way to succeed. Let's embrace it. This is what I believe in. I'm thought of sharing this with you, and that's where I am going to end today's masterclass. But before we totally end it, I will be taking some of the questions. I hope you enjoyed the masterclass, guys. I will be picking some questions right now. Piyush says, hello sir, how do we use search engine optimization on website that is having 10,000 web pages? Well, Piyush, one thing which we need to understand is that Google never ranks websites, it ranks web pages. So you need to treat each and every web page as a different website. So whether your website is having 50 web pages or 10,000 web pages, you need to treat each and every web page separately. Yes, the domain authority, all the age of the domains, all these factors, they do have a saying when it comes to ranking of your website. But apart from these, you need to treat each and every web page of yours separately, and you need to build backlinks, build page authority, improve the on-page SEO differently. So I hope you have a better understanding of what you asked now. Abhinav says, is posting link on Facebook and other social media websites also considered as backlink? Yes, it is considered as backlink, but more than backlink, guys, what Google see is that if a particular web page is popular, if visitors are liking a particular web page, then they are going to share it across social media, right? So if there are two web pages, both are having high quality backlinks, an equal number of backlinks, but the social media shares of backlink A is much higher than what the web page B is having, or then the web page A is going to rank on top. So yes, the more popular a particular URL or a web page or a website is on social media, it is having better chances to rank on top of Google. Ankita says, if I leave my website's link in the comments of a trusted website, will it be considered as a backlink? Well, yes, and at the same time, no. So what happens is, guys, if the comment is actually relevant, if the comment is not spammy comment, if most of the backlinks which your website is having or your web page is having are not coming only from comment section, the SEA, then yes, the backlink is going to be counted. I'll explain it with an example. Let's say your website is having 100 backlinks, but 80 out of those 100 backlinks comes from comment section. So what it means is that you have, on purpose, you have posted links on different comment section on different websites, and Google is going to treat that as spam. Google is never going to count your backlinks or those comments links as backlinks. However, let's assume that your website is having 100 backlinks and only 3 out of those 100 backlinks are coming from relevant comments on different websites, then yes, those kind of links would be counted as backlinks. I'm having some questions which are not related to search engine optimization, guys. So pardon me, I will not be in a position to answer them as of now, since this is strictly to search engine optimization. So guys, I'm going to take one last question for today. Panchadan says how to link my WordPress website to Google search. So if I'm able to understand your question clearly, I think what you're asking, Panchan, is that how you can get your website indexed. Well, if that is a question, how you can have your website appear in search engine result pages, then what you need to do is you need to request Google to crawl and index your website. What you can do is you can go to google.com/webmasters, and that's where you can enter your domain. You need to submit an application, you need to submit a request, not an application, but you need to submit a request and enter your domain name so that Google can start the indexing process of your website. All right, so guys, thank you so much for being part of this Mangalvar Masterclass, which is brought to you by DSIM. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.